Beam, we only have 1 day left. Focus, man.
No, coach. We have 1 month. Do you have 1 month? I have 1 month. I have sent my referral. No, please check it once.
Whirling River comes. दुवैजनालाई 1 महिना free internet र net TV subscription पाउनुहोस्. Whirling River offer.
ACC to continue from the pavilion end. Aryan Lakra. Driven straight to Powell, who misfields. Another sign of the pressure. They're going to come back for 2. It will affect everyone, even Nepal, who are a little bit more used to it, playing in front of big crowds. It's not necessarily the crowd that Nepal need to manage, it's the occasion, the scale of the prize on offer, and there are a few droplets of rain in the air, so it's going to be greasy out there.
Yeah, with the rain we had in the past few days, it's going to be slippery conditions for you, sure. You could see slight moisture in the air, in the outfield. You can see chance of Nepal going on.
Beautiful shot. That's going to be 4. Over pitched from Karen KC. And given the treatment, UAE have come out seriously aggressive. They picked up already 3 boundaries inside the first 2.5 overs.
That was a beautiful shot. Slightly pitched up by KC. And Lakra gave a full swing to it. Right in the gap. That's not going to help the cause. The ball might get more wet with this sluggish outfield. Could affect the movement the ball will get early on.
You might be just hearing a clap of thunder in the distance. If these 2 sides, they aren't dramatic enough contests between the UAE and Nepal, well, the weather is going to be a constant factor, maybe not just throughout today, but also tomorrow. And just to explain how a reserve day works, as I welcome Sharad Basakar alongside me, we will continue from whatever point we get to today, if it is needed. That's if it is needed. So we will not restart a game and try to play a 50-over match tomorrow. So let's say we break after 30 overs, we will then continue tomorrow on Tuesday. Lakra wanted the quick single sent back, and rightly so by Mohammad Wasim.
Slight hesitation between these two. Both are safe. Yeah, so it's very important for both these teams to start well and carry on from there. Even if the rain comes in and there is a stoppage in play, as Lenny said, the game is going to continue right from where it started.
And just one little thing to add to that. They will try to do everything they can to get that game in today. So let's say, for example, we had an interruption in play and they were able to get back out there. They will then reduce the overs. We won't go into tomorrow to try and get a 50-over game played. Inside edge, it's a good length. You'd have to think the rain may come into play, but you can't anticipate that. You have to manage this match as best as you can, whether you're batting or bowling, whichever side. It's a good toss to win, but it only proves to be so if you get early wickets.
Exactly. The conditions definitely favoring the bowlers at the moment with this overcast conditions. Need to be patient, Sompal and Karan, with their areas they are bowling with. A boundary here and there might come.
Straight to the man. Close out the 3rd over. It's 17 for none.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Expect them to stack up, although there has been some flexibility, particularly in the middle order. Bharitiya Aravind, the star batter of the tournament, nearly double the number of runs of anyone else. Ramesh Shahzad, who found some form in the last game at number 4. Will depend upon the situation then as to whether it's Asif Khan or Rohan Mustafa. Basil Hamid, who I think adds good depth to this batting lineup. He was the hero, taking a wicket with what was the last delivery of the semi-final to get the UAE ahead on Duckworth Lewis Stern. And Ayan Khan, what a star he is. He'll be at 8, maybe Karthik Mayappan at 9, just the two bowlers, Siddiq and Khan at the end then. Edged away, taken! Right on the edge of the circle, and Bim Sharkey leaps into Lalit Rajbanchi's arms, and the crowd, they go wild.
Look at them jumping in the grass banks. That was well taken by Lalit in the short third man. A slight field change there. They brought the third man in, and he just guides it to his hands. That's a smart catch. Jumping in the air, Lalit. Look at the joy in their faces.
What a catch. Quite unbelievable from Rajbanchi. He did it in the semi-final. He's done it again. Wasim's gone for 11. It's 17 for 1.
We only have 1 day left. Focus, man.
No coach, we have 1 month. You have 1 month, I have 1 month. I have sent my referral, no? Please check it once.
वर्ल्डिङ रेफर गर्नुहोस् दुवैजनालाई एक महिना फ्री इन्टरनेट र नेट टिभी सब्सक्रिप्सन पाउनुहोस् वर्ल्डिङ रेफर अफर
Alright guys, don't worry. We have 1 month. Let's do this.
लिटमस केबल क्वालिटीमा नम्बर 1 हुनुको राज हो एडभान्स जर्मन टेक्नोलोजी लिटमस केबल क्वालिटीमा नम्बर 1
Big moment in the game. Mohammad Wasim has been dismissed thanks to an exceptional athletic take from Lalit Rajbanchi. It brings Varithya Aravind to the crease. He has been on fire. Everyone who knows their associate cricket has thought the world of this young man for a long time. He's here because of this. What a catch. And look at the joy. Leaping into his arms, Bim Sharkey.
And boom goes Sompal. Look at him. He is pumped up. Punching in the air. He's getting that early breakthrough, isn't it, Lenny?
Yeah, they know that's the big one. But now they have to find a way past Aravind. Very different player, but a quality one. Right on the money. Good start to Aravind. You just look at Varithya Aravind's last 7 innings, starting down to that Cricket World Cup qualifier playoff in Windhoek. 93 not out against Namibia, critical knock that helped UAE retain their ODI status and seal their place in Zimbabwe at the Cricket World Cup qualifier. 45 against Jersey, then into the ACC Men's Premier. 185 against Kuwait, so nearly made a double hundred. Just 7 against Hong Kong, and then 174 against Singapore, 62 not out against Bahrain, and 18 against Oman. I said it last night, I said it again this morning, and I'll say it once more. If Nepal get Aravind, wide given down the leg side, no contact made. If they get Aravind, now that they've got Wasim, the game, it could be theirs.
Most certainly. With more than half of the runs being scored by Arvind and Wasim in this tournament. He's almost close to a 500 runs. That's Vrithya Arvind, the top scorer of this tournament. Will be a big test for him as well. He plays it quite comfortably in the covers. Be interesting to see how Wasim got out in the last over. They had a deep cover, a deep square leg in place, having the fine leg. There you can see, you come back to that, Vrithya Arvind is in 446 runs. Lenny, what do you say about that?
Well, quite exceptional. Very nearly double everyone else. He'll be looking to get to 500. Clipped away. Going to be runs. The outfield is quick. Can Rajbanchi get there? No, he can't. And he's going to cannon into the advertising hoardings. I hope he hasn't done an injury. Oh dear. Lalit Rajbanchi has had a terrible knee injury. He's okay. I think he's okay. Commitment to the 4.
And look at his effort. Yeah, just slipped over there in the covers and crashed it into the iron nets. Good to see him back on his feet and smiling. Giving his all for his country. Keeping his body in the line. Had a bad knee injury last year. Come back strongly.
Short ball. Aravind gets off the mark with a boundary. Going to be given as a wide after a look across the square leg. There's commitment, and then there's just maybe going a bit too far. Remember, it's the knee that he has injured. Look at the reaction from the police in the background. One of them was laughing. I'm not sure it was that funny. 3 or 4 leaping to concern. The fella in the background thought it was hilarious. Looks for the Yorker, driven straight to mid-off. We always love receiving your messages. We have got a Nepali diaspora that is spread all the way around the world. It's Monday, the 1st of May. It's the Labor Day holiday across most of the world. And people messaging in from America, from Canada, from Australia, from Taiwan, from Korea, from Japan. Is there a corner of the world that we don't have a Nepali cricket fan?
I bet, Lenny, there must be some UFOs out there messaging as well.
An amazing occasion here for the final. As I think the umpires just want to check there is a ball to come with a couple of wides in the over. And indeed there is. There are a few umbrellas up in the crowd. There is moisture in the air. Just adds to the drama. It's always dramatic here at TU. Back of a length, kept out. End of the 4th over. It's a wicket-taking one. It's 23 for 1.
दादा बाहिर भाइरस छ
नडराऊ मात्र पम्प रब छु गर्दियो भाइरसलाई
पम्प रब छु
हो लाइफ बोय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस त्यसैले पम्प रब छु संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड Get charged.
Well, what a sight it is. It's just a little after 9:20 a.m. and the fans continue to flood in. Under edge. Outfield is quick, but third man is going to cut that off. Sandy Plamachani. It's a good cheer from the crowd. What do you make of the team selection? Would you have stuck with Dipender Singh Airi, or is the extra seamer, the all-round skills of Gulshan Kumar Jha, the right call?
It's a very tough call, Lenny. The contributions Dipendra is making in the field, I would say, with the fielding efforts he has, the pressure he puts in the field, and knowing the coach Monty, he would have gone very deep into the stats and he would have thought something might be a tactical change to bring in Gulshan, as they have the leg spinner, the left arm spinner in UAE squad, so probably a left-hander combination would be a good option for Team Nepal.
You've played a huge amount of cricket with Sampal Kami and Karen KC. I'm not saying it's the end of their career, and before anyone tweets in saying I'm not saying that, but they've been around a long time. How fitting would it be that it may be the two of them, if they can win today, that would lead Nepal to an Asia Cup for the first time?
I mean, you have seen in their interviews, they have spoken so much about this final. It's a dream for everyone, not only the players playing in the field. The whole of Nepal are looking forward to play against India and Pakistan. So that's how big it is, and that's how it means to us, how much it means to us.
What about those two in particular? They're great friends. They're thick as thieves, I always say. They're always up to something together. Look, having a chat here right now. As you would have to think that they would be the two that would take the new ball there in Pakistan in September. The role that they'll have to play for the team. Clipped away, going to be 4. Just the wrong line, and Karen Casey, he knows it. Enough bat on it, and it's a boundary for Aravind.
Exactly, Lenny, that was clipped away nicely. Looked pretty comfortable there. Arvind helped it on its way. Yeah, both of these have been playing together for a long time. They understand each other. Their partnership reminds me of a smaller version of Waqar Younis and Wasim Akram.
Or maybe Trent Bolt and Tim Southey, or any of the great new ball pairings. They've been iconic, great leaders for Nepal. Edged, yes! A shake of the head, in agreement from Rahat, Ali Chowdhury, and Casey has got Aravind. Wasim's in the hutch, Aravind with him. Is that the advantage? The telling advantage to Nepal already.
And the advantage, yes it is. And that's a big, big advantage. As the big two players are back in the hut. There you go, just outside the off stump. Splashes it, but gets the outside edge. And look at Casey, he's showing him the way.
Well, what a moment this is. Let's see if we can stick with it. Karen Casey, no big cheers, but he just says, on your way, Veritia, off you go for 8. UAE, 28 for 2.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
दादा बाहिर भाइरस छ
नडराऊ मात्र पम्प रब छु गर्दियो भाइरसलाई
पम्प रब छु
हो लाइफबोय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस त्यसैले पम्प रब छु संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
Beam, we only have 1 day left. Focus, man.
No, coach. We have 1 month. You have 1 month. I have 1 month. I have sent my referral. No, please check it once.
Whirling Refer गर्नुहोस् दुवैजनालाई 1 महिना फ्री इन्टरनेट र नेट टिभी सब्सक्रिप्सन पाउनुहोस् Whirling Refer offer.
Alright, guys, don't worry. We have 1 month. Let's do this.
Drive from Vritti Aravind, playing away from his body again. Into that weak zone. Every batter has one. Around a 5th, 6th stump line. Let's see if we can stay with this. Karen Casey, he says, after you, sir, off you go.
What a celebration. Just dipped off the wicket, that one. It's 5 overs done. UAE are 28 for 2.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Litmus cable quality में number 1 होने को राज हो advanced German technology. Litmus cable quality में number 1.
Sampal Kami to continue from the Chobar end of the ground. Now here comes the acid test for the United Arab Emirates. They have lost their 2 stars from this tournament, the big hitting Wasim and the classy, elegant Aravind. Lakra has been short of runs, and a reminder for everyone watching at home, this game, if it goes to the reserve day, it will not restart. Vritia Aravind and Mohammed Wasim are gone. They're not coming back, as Karen Casey shows the way again. And the way it will work, if we have to use the reserve day. I say if, it's not for definite. The game will continue from the current point at which it is in. If it has already been reduced in overs, it will continue to be reduced in overs. If it has not yet been reduced in overs, the 50 overs will try to be completed on the reserve day. The umpires, they'll do everything they can to get a result here on the pitch, and let's hope the rain stays away. What now will the approach be for UAE? Wasim played a shot a minute. He looked very much on edge throughout the innings. I don't know what set him off. And now with Aravind gone, the UAE in big trouble.
Yeah, making it clear, Andrew Leonard there. The batsmen who have gone are not coming back. Good for Team Nepal. Not good signs for UAE though. They need to build up a partnership from here. Experienced Rami Shehzad comes to the crease. Lakra still looking uncomfortable.
Yeah, the issue now for the United Arab Emirates. Lakra has been short of runs. Rami Shehzad has been short of cricket. Recalled only recently, was completely out of favour under Robin Singh. And by his own admission, he fell out of shape. He's only getting back to full fitness now, but he showed in the previous game, the semi-final, with a critical innings, just how valuable he is to this UAE order. We still have that power of Asif Khan to come, who played that quite remarkable 41-ball century at this very ground just over a month ago on March 16th. Is this the El Clasico? Are these the two best associate teams in the world at the moment?
It's a tough call to say they are the best two associates, with Netherlands, Scotland, the other top sides being there. Namibia as well. Yeah, but definitely these top 5-6 teams are the ones.
Cut but straight to the man. From playing against them, Sharad, why is the contest between Nepal and the UAE always such a tightly fought one, whether it's at men's level, women's level, under-19s? We saw the under-19s qualify from Nepal, getting revenge after the UAE had won the last 3 Asia qualifiers.
Yeah, you need to go back in history, Leonard, because we have been playing them from a long time. It's been like 20-25 years now. We play against each other a lot. And earlier, UAE used to get most of the wins, but now it's 50-50. It's 6 done, UAE are 28 for 2.
दादा बाहिर भाइरस छ
नडराऊ मात्र पम्प र छु गर्दियो भाइरसलाई
पम्प र छु
हो लाइफबोय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस त्यसैले पम्प रब छु संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
How will Rami Shehzad handle this occasion? I'm just going to give you one more reminder of that, because so many rumours and questions on social media. The game will not restart tomorrow should it rain today and end. We continue from today's position. Whatever state the game is in, if it's been reduced to, let's say, 35 overs aside, and there are some of the Nepal national wheelchair team. I was talking to them the other day. Great to see them in again. Played series down in India recently. We saw the Nepal women's blind cricket team beat India. They beat them by 8 wickets the other day. Thank you very much. Our sport, it's a sport for all.
Exactly. It includes everyone, from the differently abled to the blind cricketers, including the men and women, the kids, the boys, the older generation, girls, boys, everyone.
One of the things I love about our sport, it's a non-contact sport. It can be played by everyone of any ability, of any gender or background. And in this particular country here in Nepal, nothing unites like this national men's cricket team. Driven past KC and past mid-off. 4 more. Lakra gets to double figures and the crowd pin drop silence.
Nicely struck down the ground. Very good shot by Lakra. Karan Keshi pitching it up, looking for that swing. Had a bit of hand to the ball. You see the crowd building up. All the play cards with wickets, 6s, 4s. What a colourful crowd it is.
Well, every single section of this ground is basically already close to capacity. They're still coming in. Do see the few umbrellas up there in the background, but word I'm hearing is that the few droplets of rain that we've had have stopped. If you looked at the forecasts, you'd think we should get a morning of cricket in, maybe to 11 or 11:30, maybe 12 o'clock. But it's been reasonably consistent the last few days. We've got to that kind of midday marker, and then the heavens have opened. And the problem is, when it does rain here, it really tends to come down quite heavily. And if DLS comes into play, how important are wickets, particularly those wickets of Wasim and Aravind.
Yeah, when the DLS comes into place and all those formulas applied, wickets will be always crucial for both the teams. Nepal would look to take one more here. This early spell.
Nicely driven. They take on the quick single, direct hit. Oh, I think he's thrown to the wrong end. The non-striker's end. I thought Lakra was paddling. They get home for the single. Take one quick look at it. If he's thrown here at the non-strikers, surely he's gone. Might have been gone too. But the direct hit couldn't be affected. We'll have a commentary change now. It's 34 for 2.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Okay, boys, in this pitch, what we need is speed. We need to be fast.
Got it, coach.
Who's the fastest? Okay, Whirling. Whirling.
सबैलाई थाहा छ इन्टरनेटको स्पिड र सर्भिस दुवैमा फास्टेस्ट वर्ल्डिङ नै हो.
This is the fastest.
It's the final of the ACC Men's Premier Cup here at the TU ground. Lalit Rajbanshi, the slow left-arm bowler. Saudi career 19 matches, 21 wickets. A decent economy rate. The VIPs are here. It's a wonderful atmosphere here at the Tribhuvan University Cricket Ground. And we have a game on our hands. Nepal winning the toss, putting the pressure on the UAE. Taking early wickets, much to the delight of this tremendous crowd that has gathered here. It's a sight to see. Lalit. Everybody enjoying the game. Dignitaries, a little bit of turn, going away. As I say, a very, very good morning to Mudassir Ali.
A very good morning, Shamim, and good morning to all of our viewers. It's electrifying atmosphere at TU International Ground, Kirtipur, Nepal. The crowd is going crazy. They are behind the boys, Nepal boys. It's not easy for UAE. They are up against these 11 players inside the ground, and outside they have that army, the crowd supporting the Nepal boys.
You can see a few umbrellas. There's been spots of rain, thankfully. It's not been heavy and the players continued in the middle. Just that high backlift with the intention of the full flow of the bat. But Lalit, clever, zips it through, hurries the batter into a defensive prod.
What a change by the captain. Getting left arm orthodox early in the power play. They have some plans. They have got those 2 big wickets, Ritya and Wasim, back in the hut.
He goes big time, the slot sweep. There is a fielder there, and he's dropped it. Goodness gracious, that wasn't a very difficult catch to take. He threw caution to the wind. He should have taken that. We've seen a difficult catch being taken, but not this time.
Bhim Sharkey was the fielder. Easy catch. Gone begging. Survives Aryan Lakra. Could have been in deep trouble. Trying to take that fielder at the deep square leg. Aryan Lakra survives.
Oh, what a change that could have made. Just in front of the spectators there. It was coming straight at him. Straightforward catch. Lalit will be so disappointed. He's right behind that one. But to tell you what, they're living dangerously now. Lalit has not really turned the ball that much. The 8th over has been completed. 35 for 2.
लाइफबॉय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस त्यसैले पम्प रब संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
लिटमस केबल क्वालिटीमा नम्बर 1 हुनुको राज हो एडभान्स जर्मन टेक्नोलोजी लिटमस केबल क्वालिटीमा नम्बर 1
Coming into the ground to our left here, virtually jam-packed stadium here, the ACC. This is the drop catch. He had a second grab at it. Unfortunately, he could not latch on, and that might turn out to be quite costly from the Nepali perspective. He's got to forget that and carry on. There's been spots of rain. This ball's a little slippery. Despite all that, I think a huge opportunity mixed. It's Karan KC, 1 for 18. He's generated some pace as he runs away from us. Lakra edges and gone! Another one! That is a superlative delivery from Karan. Tempted the batter to have a little push away from his body, and the slip catch was taken. They are absolutely over the moon. We're seeing tremendous scenes here at the TU ground in Kathmandu.
The crowd has gone bonkers here at the TU International Ground. Wicket number 3. Excellent piece of bowling. Slip in place. Brilliant delivery. Just added a single after the catch drop. Aryan Lakra in deep trouble. UAE. Nepal boys all over the UAE. What a start they are having in this final.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
लाइफबॉय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस त्यसैले पम्प रब संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड खोलेर भेटौँ आज त हुन्छ केही खास
New batter in Asif Khan, right-handed batter. 23rd match for him, 769 run, decent strike rate. I don't think the strike rate will be of concern here because United Arab Emirates are in a whole lot of trouble. Lost 3 wickets, and this is the reason why. Good take by Asif. And I tell you what, the most relieved man in the ground will be Bhim Sharkey. So another look at that. It's just he drives down. Bhim Sharkey just dropping that catch short while earlier. And immediately, really cannot take advantage. The batter goes back immediately after.
What a relief for Bhim Sharkey, known as the Jaunty Roads here in Nepal. Big match pressure taking on him. He'll be a relief man. Aryan Lakra was the third wicket to fall. Excellent piece of bowling continues by Karan Casey. He's dominating here. In the full advantage of the climate. Bowling that outswingers.
Oh, what a nice delivery. Just had to get into line of that one. They've had their tail up. What a good advantage winning the toss, I understand, for the very first time, and deciding to bowl on a track which is maybe not too conducive because it's pretty dry for the pacers. There will be some spin on it, but overhead conditions definitely helping the cause of the pace bowlers.
Everything going in the favor of Nepal from the toss. Not only the bowling, but the crowd at TU. They're building that pressure on both the batters. It's new man Asif Khan Behrouz joining Ramiz. Lot work to be done by these two. 35 for 3, losing Mohammad Wasim, Ritya and Aryan Lakra.
With the top three gone, it's going to be very difficult for the remaining batters to just come back into this game. Continuous pressure put on by Karan Casey and the other bowlers. It's Asif on strike now, yet to open his account. And once again, that back of length delivery, so accurate, hardly giving anything away, and that is what you need. Continuation of pressure. Just do not want to give any kind of loose delivery for the batters to free their arms and relieve the pressure.
How difficult it is for the batter, because the crowd roaring whenever the bowler is on the mark of the run-up. It's not easy, I reckon, for the batters to concentrate.
Yeah, it's very difficult, and it's not often that you play in front of such big crowds. Both teams, for that matter, Nepal are used to this ground, and sometimes when they are in the big games, they have this kind of crowds. It's very tough to put it past the fielders. Both bowlers doing their bit. Karan Casey in particular into his fifth over, 2 for 18 exemplary figures. Just hope for the sake of this mammoth crowd here at the TU ground, the rain stays away and we have a completed match. You've heard about the rules with regard to the reserve day. So at whatever point in time, if at all the game stops today, it will be carried on tomorrow in the reserve day. Oh, use the edge, hands on heads for the bowler. Oh, he is enjoying himself. That's the 9th over done.
Excellent delivery by Karan. What an over. Very watchful Asif Khan Behrouz. 9 gone, 35 for the loss of 3.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
It is the final of the ACC Men's Premier Cup 2023. Tribhuvan University International Cricket Stadium here in Kathmandu. United Arab Emirates invited to bat first are in a spot of bother. This is Lalit once again. Slides the ball, it's up in there. How far is that going? There's a fielder coming underneath that one. And he's dropped onto that one. It is another one. Look at the delight of the crowd. They are dancing in the aisles. Nepal turning it on. The dignitaries are happy. And it is a tremendous bowling and fielding performance by the home team.
They're falling like 9 pins here. UAE batters trying to release the pressure, going for the big shot. No mistake by the mid-on fielder, Gulshan Kumarja. Backpedaling. Always the eyes on the ball. No mistake. Wicket number 4. The big man, Rami Shehzad, walks back.
Oh, this was in the air for such a long time. It was a difficult catch. But look at him judging that, coming over his shoulders, keeping an eye on it, grabbing it and making sure it doesn't slip out of his hand. Another big wicket. UAE have lost Rami Shehzad at 35. It's 4 down.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Beam, we only have 1 day left. Focus, man.
No, coach. We have 1 month. You have 1 month. I have 1 month. I have sent my referral. No, please check it once.
Whirling River गर्नुहोस् दुवैजनालाई एक महिना फ्री इन्टरनेट र नेट टिभी सब्सक्रिप्सन पाउनुहोस् Whirling River offer.
Alright guys, don't worry. We have 1 month. Let's do this.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Got it. Enough bat to take it high in there, but not the distance that was required. That's the crowd cheering virtually everything here. They can sense victory because their boys in the middle have done wonderfully well.
The best part is the bowlers and the fielders, they are not getting carried away. The support they are getting from the crowd. Bowling line and length is key. What a delivery it was, inviting Rami Shehzad to go big. Got a bit greedy and loses his wicket. Rami Shehzad, Lalit to Rohan Mustafa.
Well, a bit of bat in that, I suspect. There was a thought of going for a little bit of an appeal here by the bowler, but this is another look. They were bogged down by those dot deliveries. What a superlative catch this is. To cover a lot of ground, it's coming over his shoulders, keeping an eye on it. Oh, and a tumbling catch. Spectacular stuff. Easily did, and why not? There was a catch dropped earlier. And the fielders have redeemed themselves. The celebrations of the Nepali players are there to be seen, along with the crowd here. It's electric, the atmosphere. Oh, turn back. No. I don't think there's going to be any kind of response from the umpire there, but see that turn.
Slow in the air, just coming back into Rohan Mustafa. Trying to put that pressure here from the first slip and the wicket keeper. All excited. They are in control here in the Nepal. Up against UAE. 4 wickets down for UAE. In deep trouble. Rohan Mustafa and Asif Khan Behruz out there in the middle.
Still to open their accounts. This is such a tense period for the batters. Leg slip now. See that ball turning. The slip was there. Turn back immediately. The response to that turning ball is change the slip, bring to the leg slip position. If the batter wants to play with the turn, just a little bit of bat, leg slip will come into play.
We are in the 10th over, already 4 wickets lost. There is big threat coming. Sandeep Lamachene, the leggy. Excellent over comes to an end. It's a maiden wicket for Lalit. 10 gone, 35 for 4.
Beam, we only have 1 day left. Focus, man.
No, coach. We have 1 month. You have 1 month. I have 1 month. I have sent my referral. No, please check it once.
Whirling River गर्नुहोस् दुवैजनालाई एक महिना फ्री इन्टरनेट र नेट टिभी सब्सक्रिप्सन पाउनुहोस् Whirling River offer.
Alright guys, don't worry. We have 1 month. Let's do this.
Pump rub through?
हो लाइफबोय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस त्यसैले पम्प रब थ्रू संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड.
From the umpire for the second one. Nepal players have got their tails up. They know that they've got the UAE batters under tremendous pressure here. And the support from the home crowd. Just dreary conditions overhead. Little spots of rain now and then, but keeping our fingers crossed that it stays away. Get a full game in. Karan Kessi. Short. It's like tennis ball bounce we see when you're bowling short as well as trying to slow it down.
Excellent piece of delivery. The first delivery of this over. Caught by surprise, Asif Khan. What a spell this lad is bowling. Karan Kessi.
You can see from his demeanor, the way he walks back, he's relaxed, he's got a half a smile on his face. and he's saying, I've got the batters within my control. That's the supreme confidence that they ooze. And amongst the crowd, there's some dignitaries. Shot, his swivel round, he's got control of that shot, and he's got 4 very, very precious runs here.
Just getting carried away here. Karan Casey trying to bowl that shorter delivery. Time in control. Asif Khan rolling the wrist, finds the gap behind the score. Much needed boundary from the blade of Asif Khan Behrooz.
Yes, absolutely. I think that will relieve a lot of the pressure, but also he cannot get overly confident as a bowler. I was mentioning his demeanor, his body language. Maybe he's getting a little too relaxed. Should keep his focus. As a bowler, you need to do that. Now that a boundary has been hit away, I'm sure he's going to try something more disciplined. Just deviation of line, then nice little tuck away. Just the single. Looking back to see if there's a direct hit. Not quite.
Played with the soft hands. Sandeep was the fielder trying to go for that non-striker end. He made it with ease. Trying to build that partnership, Rohan Mustafa and Asif Khan. Sensible piece of batting after the boundary, taking that single.
Absolutely, that's what you need to do if you're going to rebuild from here. Still the batting strength with Asif and Rohan Mustafa. Quite experienced, particularly. Mustafa knows, I'm sure that he's been in this kind of situation before. The crowd are absolutely delighted with what has transpired so far. Oh, he rode that, and he's going on peppering them with these short pitch deliveries in this over, Karan Casey.
Completely changing his line and length in this over, bowling those short pitch delivery. Very watchful, Rohan Mustafa. The crowd are pouring here at TU International Ground. The news has spread like a fire that UAE are 4 down.
Can lift your morale as a team when you have this fabulous support from everybody around. Pushes it up, nice little push away. Thinking of Iran, it wouldn't be a wise option. And also the pressure on the UAE, because just when you particularly they'll feel it when they're fielding, the boundary people at the boundary. It's going to be this crowd is going to really try everything to put them off. So it'll be a test of temperament when they come into bowl, especially the 2 batters a little bit away from the hustle and bustle of the crowd. Good delivery to finish the over. After 11, the UAE move on to 40 for the loss of 4 wickets.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Litmus cable quality में number 1 होने को राज हो advanced German technology. Litmus cable quality में number 1.
All important final of the ACC Men's Premier Cup 2023. The team who gets to win this gets a chance to play the big boys in the Asia Cup. That's the man you're waiting for, Sandeep Lamachane. Right arm leggy. 104 wickets. Got the records for Nepal. Look at that economy rate, 4.06. Seen a bit of turn. And with a leg break bowler in, you expect more purchase of the wicket. The crowd are hoping that he can deliver quickly for Nepal. He's done that before. This is the time, this is the day, this is the match to even make a name for himself, further adding to the pedigree that he has as a cricketer. And straight away, look at the turn.
The magician Sandeep Lamachane, quickest to reach that 100 wicket mark in ODI.
gracious, that almost turned square. Sometimes if it turns too much, the bowler is not quite sure where he's going to pitch it. So whatever turn is, it should be consistent. And with that turn, the batter is going to be, we see the second slip of the gully being brought in now. After that prodigious turn, understandable. Asif will have to be careful. So having a look round, just get a feeling he might try and take Lamachane on. Quicker one, obviously lesser turn of the track and well negotiated.
Big match, the finale. Whoever wins will qualify for the Asia Cup. Under pressure, UAE clearly after losing those 4 wickets in the first power play. Excellent piece of bowling by Karan, supported by the other fast bowler as well as the spinner Lalit.
Just doing a little bit of gardening as the bowler gets ready. Mustafa yet to open his account. Already faced 8 deliveries. The pressure is building. Nicely past the diving bowler. He does open his account. That will relieve a lot of the butterflies in his stomach. It's always to get the first run off.
Absolutely, it's always good to get that first run. Full packed ground here at TU. Still the crowd is pouring in. No sign of rain as of now.
Oh, and he's there! Just past that second slip there. He's streaking away towards the boundary. But I tell you what, Lamachane won't be too unhappy with that.
Absolutely, he won't mind the turn and getting that outside edge. The blade of Asif Khan just away from that second slip, and lucky 4 runs for Asif Khan, Behrouz and UAE.
4 runs, doesn't matter how they come, adds to the UAE total. Oh, he's hit that very well. That is a superb strike. Lovely cover drive. It was in the slot. And Asif was not shy. Went through that shot. Went racing away to the boundary.
Inviting Asif to go big. Full flow of the blade over the extra cover. Couple of bounces. Back-to-back boundaries from the blade of Asif Khan, Behrouz.
That leaves some of the nerves. UAE need some quick runs. Lamachane into the last ball. The 50 has come up for the UAE with that boundary. And he beats the bat. Excellent finish to the over. It's 50 for 4 after 12.
Oh, it's not connecting. I lost it again, man. It's just not connecting here. Hey, coach. We always connect.
अब डेटाको खर्च मजाले टर्छ वर्ल्डलिंक युजरहरूलाई जहाँ पनि फ्री अनलिमिटेड इन्टरनेट विथ वर्ल्डलिंक वाइफाई एक्सप्रेस.
Some repair work being done here by Asif Khan and Rohan Mustafa for the UAE after they lost those quick wickets. They need some disciplined batting, need some careful batting. Ensure that they build up this partnership. Put a little bit of pressure on the Nepali bowlers. Sompal Kami, 1 for 16 so far. Has been impressive early on his 3 overs. Pitches it up. Rohan tries to stretch and get a toe into that. That is not a very clever option, I can tell you. Because Mudassir can, when you're playing away from your body, extending your arms, you're not in control of the shot. Might have toe-ended it to the slip fielder.
Absolutely, and he's playing away from his body, not coming behind the ball. Good captaincy here by Rohit Paudel. 7 fielders inside the 30-yard circle, still a slip in place.
Just waits for that ball to come on to him. Plays with soft hands. Yeah, very noticeable that fielding position you're talking about. 7 within the 30-yard circle after the first power play is done. It's tells you the captain's really putting on the pressure. He's trying to take another wicket. He's trying to ensure that they don't get singles very easily. Maybe a little risk here and there with the unprotected boundary areas, but that is the decision you've got to make, whether you want to go for a quick wicket or go on the defense.
We can clearly hear the roar from the crowd. They're enjoying the atmosphere, going for that Mexican wave. Getting all the support, the Nepal fielders. Sompal got the better of Vritya Arvind.
Short now. That was not a very good option. He should have. He was not even ducking down. He was almost heading into the line of the ball. It's better with that kind of bounce to sway away because it's not very high. So not a very good option taking in trying to evade that short pitch delivery.
They got out for UAE. Bit concerned Zahur Khan, Aryan Lakra, and the substitutes Matiullah, Sanchit and Ansh Tandon. 10 number Sompal runs in. It's a Rohan Mustafa on strike.
Nicely behind that little push and straight to the fielder, but deep enough for a single to be taken. Yeah, the two previous commentators were talking about the intense rivalry between these two teams. And the atmosphere here just reminds me of many, many years back when Bangladesh had this tremendous rivalry with Kenya. And in the ICC trophies in 1994 and even in 1997, the final of the ICC trophy in Kuala Lumpur, Kilat Club in Kuala Lumpur. It was a packed crowd. Though it was Malaysia, it was mostly Bangladeshi supporters who were putting the pressure on Kenya. Just one of the last ball needed, and that was done by Bangladesh, and they went on to qualify for the 1999 World Cup. It just gives me the same vibes, this atmosphere here at the ground, because if Nepal can win this, they might not go into the World Cup. They're definitely going into the Asia Cup with the big boys.
Excellent over, just a single on the money. 13 gone, 51 for the loss of 4.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Litmus cable quality में number 1 होने को राज हो advanced German technology. Litmus cable quality में number 1.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting.
Unit. That's up and there. Thank you very much. A low full toss. Not the best shot to play. And the easiest of takes. The crowd erupts here as Nepal charge on.
Not high five out there in the middle. Some love has been poured by the first slip fielder Arif at Sandeep. The first wicket, the magician strike. Not a good delivery, but what matters is the wicket. Rohan Mustafa, a juicy full toss, just find the fielder at the fine leg. Straight into the hands. This time no mistake. Half of the side of UAE back in the hut.
You would never expect a wicket with that kind of delivery. But those are the vagaries of cricket. Rohan Mustafa goes caught by Kushal of the bowling of Lamichhane. And it's 51 for 5.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Litmus cable quality में number 1 होने को राज हो advanced German technology. Litmus cable quality में number 1.
दादा बाहिर भाइरस छ
नडराऊ मात्र पम्प र छु गर्देऊ भाइरसलाई
पम्प र छु
हो लाइफ बोय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस त्यसैले पम्प रब छु संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
दिलको खोलेर मेटौँ आज त हुन्छ केही खास कोकसँग नादा नादा कोकसँग नादा अब हरेक 2.25 लिटर स्प्राइटसँग 2 PM अकबरे चिकन नुडल्स सित्तैमा
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Get charged!
Okay, boys, in this pitch what we need is speed. We need to be fast.
Got it, coach.
Who is the fastest? Okay, Whirling. Whirling.
सबैलाई थाहा छ इन्टरनेटको स्पिड र सर्भिस दुवैमा फास्टेस्ट वर्ल्डिङ नै हो
This is the fastest.
क्वालिटीमा नम्बर 1 हुनुको राज के हो नेपालकै सबैभन्दा ठुलो केबल फ्याक्ट्री पूर्ण डायमिटरको पक्का ग्यारेन्टी
यसको पनि त राज होला
राज हो एडभान्स जर्मन टेक्नोलोजी
पता लाग्यो राज हो एडभान्स जर्मन टेक्नोलोजी
वाह राजेश दाइ
गुणस्तरको पहिचान लिटमस केबल क्वालिटीमा नम्बर 1
Because of that scorecard. Nobody getting into the 20s. This is the final. This is a strong unit like the United Arab Emirates. But they're 5 down for 51. All credit to Nepal. First of all, luck going their way, winning the toss, and look at the figures of the Nepali bowlers. 2 for Karan Kesi, 1 each for Sompal Lalit and Sandeep Lamichhane. Here we go. After that little break, slip in a gully or 2 slips, maybe you can call it, in position. Sandeep. Oh, he's making the ball talk. Look at that little drift and the turn away. Spectacular stuff here.
Clearly the batters are dancing on the beats of Sandeep. Basil Hamid, the new batter, feeling the heat. Out in the middle, 29 matches, 574 runs, strike rate of 72.8. Matter of survival for Basil and Asif Khan.
Well, Basil Hamid was the hero with the ball that day when they beat, just about beat Oman in that match. The semi-finals, rain curtailed, but now he's got to do the job with the bat. Not going to be easy. Once again, that's a replay of the last ball. This is so consistent. I just want to see Lamichhane bowl at googly.
The brilliant delivery is not getting him the wicket, but the poor delivery got him better off Rohan Mustafa.
Absolutely, we see that so often in cricket. A low full toss got him a wicket that could have been put away to the boundary, and he's bowling those peaches of deliveries. Superb balls with deserved wickets, but not getting it. Nicely behind that, can't penetrate the gap. The fielding has been pretty good except for one lap. Understandably, it lifts your spirits. They've got, they've got their tails up, the bowlers. There's a spring in the step of the fielders. That's the googly. It just kept on going towards the right-hander.
Time easy picking for Basil Hamid. The relieved man going to that non-striker end. Gone for some runs in his first over. Now looks in control. Sandeep Lamichhane.
So difficult for Asif Khan and Basil Hamid now to just maneuver themselves out of this rut, this difficult situation that their team are in at the moment. He's bowling those quicker ones, the flippers through, ends the over. And after 14, UAE are tottering at 52 for 5.
भाइरस छ
नडराऊ मात्र पम्प र छु गर्दियो भाइरसलाई
पम्प र छु
हो लाइफबोय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस त्यसैले पम्प र छु संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
Get charged!
Well, what a remarkable start. This ground, this team, they keep delivering. They always somehow rise to the occasion. There are tens of thousands, quite literally, in and around the TU International Cricket Ground. There's probably the best part of 20,000 in the venue, and then maybe another 5, 7, 10,000 outside it. The weather, it is threatening, but so too have the Nepali bowlers. They've been brilliant. Sampal Kami is going to come for a burst at the pavilion end, as it gives me a chance to welcome Paresh Lahani for the first time today. What a start for Nepal.
Yes, a good toss to win, and you can see the disabled cricket players for Nepal. Ball it outside the line of half stump. A good length to ball to. And you can remember the day, 16th March 2023. Both these sides played against each other in this particular ground with a massive crowd of over 30,000 people. Will there be a redemption for UAE, or Nepal is going to get back the favor? Bowling good length. Sampal Kami has been very good from the start, apart from those 6 and a 4 hit by Mohammad Wasim.
And UAE need to find a way to stay in this contest. I don't think they have managed the occasion very well. I think starting with their captain, he looked on edge right from ball one. He played almost a shot of delivery, which in these conditions is a very risky approach, and it proved to be so. Basil Hamid is a class act, and that's a gorgeous way to really get up and running for him. His first boundary clipped away stylishly for 4.
Yeah, just straying down to the leg side. Sampal Kami nicely clipped it off his bats. Look at this shot again, very balanced into the gap at deep mid-wicket boundary for 4 runs. Yeah, I think I'm having a deja vu, remembering the day, 16th of March. The same teams playing against each other and the same massive crowd.
But remember, Paresh, that day it was Asif Khan. He's still there. He can bat for certain, for sure. 41 ball century that day. I don't think he'll play in the same manner today. He won't need to. But if he could get 100 and drive UAE up over 200, we'll have a real contest. Off cutter, just a change of pace. Got about 5 or 10 minutes just outside the ground there. A gentleman from Chitwan province was very kind to get in touch, and just as a pure gesture and loving cricket, he sent me 20 tickets to go give away. So 20 fans who were outside the ground, we managed to get into the ground. But the energy, the atmosphere, the raucous nature, the love for the sport, extraordinary. I'll be given as a wide. Is there a better cricketing atmosphere in the world than here in Kathmandu?
Not at the moment. Yeah, that was bowled down the leg side. I think he tried another variation there. He doesn't need to do that. Nepal has put UAE on the back foot. They just need to control their emotions and just play the game. Continue the pressure they've put on UAE. 5 wickets, the top 5 batters are back in the hut for UAE.
Again, an off cutter. Kami thought it might have clipped maybe the jersey or some part of the shoulder, but Rahat Ali Chowdhury says absolutely not. Back-to-back wides. The overs, you see the cut out of the wicket there. The overs are taking a long time to bowl. We're an hour and 20 minutes in. We're only in the 15th over. Nepal would want to get a move on.
Yes, and be interesting to see Sandeep Lamichhane bowling against Asif Khan, who took him apart on that particular day, 16th of March, scoring that 41 ball 100. And nicely played, straight to mid-off. Will it be a redemption for Sandeep Lamichhane if he bowls against Asif Khan? He started off well. Sandeep taken a wicket off Mustafa already with not a good delivery. It was a poor delivery, a full toss. Mustafa trying to paddle that round the corner, but straight to the fielder Kushal Malla.
He really did plunder the runs towards the end off Lamichhane, and that will be the wicket that Sandeep will want. Basil Hamid keeps Kami out. 15 have been bowled. It's 58 for 5.
Congestion ahead. You are on the fastest route. Rerouting.
The all-new Pulsar N160 with dual channel ABS.
You've reached your destination.
Litmus cable quality में number 1 होने को राज हो advanced German technology. Litmus cable quality में number 1.
Somewhat treacherous conditions that the fans have braved. Just even underfoot up outside the ground. There's so much footfall. And that's the passion for the game. Lamichhane to continue into his third over. This is the man he wants. He wants Asif Khan. And that's a statement from Asif Khan. He says, I know which way the ball is turning. I can shoulder arms if I want.
Sandeep Lamichhane bowling well, bowling leg spinners. Many leg spinners that he's bowling today. 1 or 2 googlies. That was straying down the leg side. That was a leg spinner too, a bit shorter onto the leg stump.
I think Asif Khan feels as though he missed out there. And it's funny, just what one leave does. Immediately Lamichane's line had changed, and it's not the right line. He's 2 slips in play for a reason. Keep hammering away around that 4th stump, outside off. Just there. And that's brilliant bowling. That might have looked like a leg break, but it would have just come out of the front of the hand and skidded on. A little straighter. Asif Khan could have lost his off stump.
And look at this again. It was a slider through the arms, through the fingers rather. That's good bowling by Lamichhane. Oh, perfect leg spin. A bit short in my liking. There was a turn. He's troubling Asif Khan. He has to take his wicket. If he stays there, he can plunder the ball around. We have seen that before.
Well, the brilliance of Lamichhane is going to be tested by Asif Khan. He's a class act. He has dominated, and I mean dominated, UAE domestic cricket for over a decade. When I asked him had he ever scored a faster century with the 41 ball knock, he said yes. In a domestic game, he scored double hundreds, he scored 150 pluses, he hit 6s for fun, but it's a very different type of role today as we look at the head coach, Monty Desai, perform a different role, running a few drinks around. It'll be a single for Hamid to close out the 16th over. 60 for 5.
लाइफबोय ह्यान्ड वाशले मार्छ 99.9% भाइरसेस त्यसैले palm rub chew संसारकै नम्बर 1 सेलिङ जर्म प्रोटेक्सन सोप ब्रान्ड
Okay, boys, in this pitch what we need is speed. We need to be fast.
Got it, coach.
Who's the fastest? Okay, Whirling.
सबैलाई थाहा छ इन्टरनेटको स्पिड र सर्भिस दुवैमा फास्टेस्ट वर्ल्डिङ नै हो.
This is the fastest.
Some of the impact that he has made since he's come back to Nepal.
Yes, he has made an impact in the national side. The day he started, he still remembers the day, 29th of January 2023. He always talks about it. Good to see him walking around the boundary line, waiting a bit. We don't see head coaches do that quite often. There's a bowling change from the pavilion end. Sompal Kami is out and Lalit Rajbangshi is in. He's bowled 2 overs, 1 for 1. His figures a brilliant one. A good smart catch taken by him to get rid of Mohammad Hussein after bowling off Sompal Kami.
Right now, the umpires are coming together. Some umbrellas have gone up, and they're going to have a discussion. Asif Khan is indicating to them that it's too wet to even grip the bat. He's hiding his bat away, and sadly, maybe even a little earlier than we expected, the covers are going to come on. We knew this was possible, we knew it was likely, and we thought we might get till around 11 o'clock or maybe midday. But that is the sight that nobody wants to see. We want this game decided on the pitch. Ideally, we'd like it decided today, but we do have that reserve day tomorrow as a backup. It's there in our back pocket if we need it. It's just got a little heavier, and maybe as much as anything, the umpires have decided, from a precautionary aspect, let's get things protected. We've had a lot of rain the last few days, and if we get a clear patch, let's get back out there. We'll have about 45 minutes grace or so before we start losing overs if we get back today. And remember, the way the reserve day works, I'll repeat this once more, I'm sorry for saying it again and again, the game will not restart tomorrow should we not get back on today. It will pick up from the point at which we have got to. So the UAE will recommence their innings from 5 wickets down for 60 runs with 16 overs bowled. We do not start afresh. I know some people were speculating about that. That is an old rule of reserve days that has gone a long time ago. The umpires, the match officials, as a team, will try everything they can to get this game played today. And that's all they can do. If they can't, we have tomorrow up our sleeves.
Yeah, it's a very sorry scenes from here at the TU International Cricket Ground. The covers are coming. There's a bit of a shower going on here. Hopefully the shower stays away and we can get back in action. You can see the umbrellas. Good to see the spectators, the supporters. They brought out umbrella today. They knew the weather as well.
Yeah, certainly this is the sight that nobody wanted to see. We do not want this game decided by the rain, dictated to by the conditions. And look at the crowd, look at the number of people in and around the TU ground. Here's the wickets. That was the big moment. What a catch from Lalit Rajbanshi. Mariti Aravind will look back at that shot with a bit of disappointment as Karen Casey pointed the way to him. Good catch, that one from Arif Sheikh. Aryan Lakra's disappointing tournament continues. And then I have to say, Ramesh Azad, he'll look at that shot and wonder, was it what he should have done, as Gulshan Jah sparked jubilant scenes of celebration, holding an excellent catch. Then it was a leg break that was tossed up, and Kushal Malla clung on gleefully around the corner. We could sadly have a little bit of this now, a little bit of the waiting game. For those who were watching the third place playoff yesterday, it already feels like deja vu. We waited a long, long time. The cut-off to get a 20 over game in, we don't know that yet, but I'd imagine it probably need to be restarted by about 3 o'clock or something in that vicinity, maybe a little after that. The big problem though is I'm not sure if the forecast is right that we're going to get many breaks. Here's a few of the